in this time of crisis, they're just going to be that much more efficient if all of them cooperate. For example, they could cooperate on deliveries. So rather than separate trucks going to 4 different supermarkets, they could coordinate that. They can coordinate staffing if indeed they have staff shortages. They could spread them around between supermarkets. They could coordinate with suppliers to say, look, rather than make 5 different products, 5 different forms of pasta, just make one. And that way you'll get a lot more production out of your system. So it'll just make sure that the shelves stay stocked, even despite this unnecessary panic buying.
I hate to hit a bum note, if you like, but has anyone come across your desk that has tried to take advantage of this crisis?
Oh, there have been a lot of people buying goods and then trying to sell them online, and we've worked with all of the platforms, Gumtree, eBay, Facebook, etc., to get them to take down ads for sanitizer, toilet paper, where they're trying to mark them up at ridiculous prices. Secondly, we're just watching prices generally to make sure that it's okay, of course, if they go up, reflecting that a factory might need to go to 3 shifts rather than 1 to meet this panic demand. But otherwise, we're just making sure that price increases that we see have got a sound basis.
What action are you taking now so people don't get away with it?
Well, closing down the websites has actually made a big difference. Okay. I also noticed that Minister Dutton has got the federal police onto this as well, because that may be a more effective way for people who are stockpiling. For example, there's been talk of stockpiling and sending the goods overseas. So if we do find between ourselves and Home Affairs that there's behaviour that's just not in keeping with what Australians need to do at this stage, I think we do have the powers either between ourselves or the federal police to deal with it.
We've all seen eBay and the cost of toilet paper, people trying to sell it there, hand sanitizer, face masks. Are those the things on the top of your list that you're keeping an eye on, or are there other things that might not be on our radar?
No, those are the ones that have seen extreme pricing increases. I mean, we have seen stories of rising prices of broccoli and other fresh goods. But again, so far it seems to us that that's due to the suppliers and it's not due to any price margin increase by the supermarkets. And if it's due to the suppliers, then that's really just them trying to meet this panic demand. So I think it's a good time to remind people Australia produces way more food than it consumes. We won't run out of food. No need to panic buy. If you stop or remove the panic buying, then there'll be plenty of goods on the shelves just when you need it.
I don't know whether you know this or not, but has that panic buying subsided?
It's gone down a little bit, yes. Whether that's due to the warnings from the Prime Minister on the one hand, or whether people's larders and freezers are getting full, I just don't know. But it has gone down, and that's good news. We've got another meeting of the Supermarkets Task Force today. Minister Dutton's present at that. It's run by the Department of Home Affairs. We'll get an update. So let's hope the panic buying has subsided, because that really is in the interests of all Australians. The shortage of the bare shelves are really more due to logistics than they are to a lack of supply.
Okay, it's early days, but there has been talk about nationalisation. Qantas, Alan Joyce, the CEO, was on this program just a week ago saying that he would not look too kindly on Virgin being nationalised. But has Virgin made complaints to the ACCC about those comments?
Virgin have written to us. Paul Scarra wrote to me with a formal complaint alleging a misuse of market power because of both public and private statements they allege Qantas has made. I've got no comment on that. We're going to look into it, but we haven't, it's very early stages, so I can't comment more than that. But I think the key point is we do need to work together here. We don't want to change the underlying structure of the economy. We will come out of all this very quickly. I don't know when the health crisis is over, but when it's over, we'll all come out very quickly, and we want to make sure the structure of the Australian economy is fundamentally sound, and that of course means 2 airlines, not 1.
Okay, so just to be clear, you are investigating those comments though?
investigations. But we are taking these things seriously. When a CEO of a major company writes to us, of course, we look into it seriously, and we will.
Rod Sims, appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.